Hi, guys. It's Tamra, the Judeo Christian medium. How's everyone doing? It's my birthday. Yay! So, let me explain what Judeo Christian means. So, I am Jewish and Christian. Let me know when you come on. Let me know in the chat if you're here. Let me know where you are right now. Just say hi. And just to let you all know, it's my birthday. Yay! um, hmm, Jesus told me to come on today for my birthday. So to come on and talk to you guys. So anyway, I am a Judeo Christian medium, and what that means is I am Jewish and Christian. I am a disciple of Jesus, and I am trying to follow his guidance and his messages that he tried to teach in Israel before his crucifixion, before the Bible was written. And I try to download those messages. Hi, Blue Willow. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So before I get started, well, first of all, let me tell you the topic today. I'm going to systematically go through all of oh, thank you, Wisteria. I appreciate that. Um, Jesus told me to come on and share my birthday with you guys. So I'm like, okay, it's something different. Oh, hi, Alyssa. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, what I want to do is, many of you have asked me, like, how did I get to this point? I mean, besides myself having metaphysical, spiritual experiences, talking to spirit my whole life, well, they also guided me to read certain books and to watch people on YouTube. So I'm going to go through that. But before I get started, I just want to thank my spiritual team that's here, God, who is all around us, our creator, uh, Jesus to my right, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron to my left, Archangel Eric Medhus, Archangel Gabriel right in front of me, Mother Mary to my right, Father Joseph to my left, and in a semicircle in the back, we have Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Azrael. And you guys, I will do videos on each one of these archangels, what their specialty is, how they got there, and how you can pray to them. So we have Archangel Azrael, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Uriel, which is me, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Raguel, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Ezekiel, Archangel Haniel, and Archangel Daniel. He calls himself Daniel McDaniel. He's really funny. So those are all the archangels. We also have with us the arcturians, the pleiadians, and the tall whites. So let's get started, guys. So as you all know, so let me talk to you a little bit also. This is not a commercial. I don't work for YouTube, but Jesus wanted me to remind you of what has worked for me. So I'm a YouTube addict. I just got a new phone and they asked me how often I'm on my phone. And you guys, I'm on my phone, I told them, except for when I'm not sleeping. Unless I'm like on a date or something like that. So talk to me in the chat too if you have any questions, or if you guys would like to tell other people that are here what has helped you protect yourself to reach your goals, to discover your own spirituality. So Because I'm doing YouTube Premium, guys, it's only $9.99. I'm not using any ebooks. I'm not using Spotify. I don't need Netflix. Um, because I can find everything on YouTube. I can find people reading the books that I like, all of that stuff. So, okay, let me move on from that. And I hope that helps you guys if you're trying to save money. So, the very first person that helped me with my spirituality, I've talked to you about this a little bit, was Mr. Rogers. So, if you guys have children, I don't know if he's still on, but I highly recommend that they watch him, especially if they're star seeds. The very first book, you guys, that helped me figure out who I was called The Artist Way. So if any of you have read that, let me know in the comments. That helped me find my inner child. That helped me go on artist dates. That helped me figure out that I was a comedian, an actress, an improviser. Um, have any of you read that book? Uh, and did it help any of you? That's by Julia Cameron. And I'm also going to put in the description box and probably in the comments, I'll put a list of what has helped me. A good tip about YouTube, I'm just reading the comments from Wisteria. I close my aura every day. I use sacred divine mother tools and heal and clear mine and other energy systems. That's a really good idea to actually visualize clearing your space around you. And you studied the artist way, so that's awesome. Yes, Jesus has told me that many of you who are watching me are teachers, and to really try to go that route. And I know we talk a lot about healing, but teaching is a healing. So if it's just one thing that you've learned, like one thing that you really get excited about, it could be like narcissism, creativity, start to teach it. It's probably a good indication. Sorry for the camera work. It's probably a good indication, guys, that you're really good at it. And just know that you could start to teach it, and then you could branch off and start to teach something else. Oh, you're a high school teacher. Cool. Oh, Danielle, you have a copy of the book and haven't read it. I highly recommend reading it and doing the exercises. It really connects you to spirit. I found out that I could do automatic writing by doing those morning pages every day. When you do morning pages when you wake up, you're connecting to stream of consciousness. So for me, that led to being able to be an automatic writer, which is where I was getting mediumship from. Okay, so let's move on. Aura readings. I don't know if you saw in the community tab, but I went to a psychic fair and I actually physically had my aura read. And they talked to me after because I had no idea. This was in 2002. And they were like, you do know, like, you're a full on indigo and your aura is at 95%. So they told me I really should do something with it. That means I have like the type of energy that can manifest itself on other people. So then also, I've had my MBTI done, Myers Briggs, and you can have that done, guys, free on the internet. I am an INFJ, and that's really helped me. It's really helped me respect what I need and to stand up for myself in what it is that helps me. And I just stood up for myself this week. It's really funny. I don't know if I should get into it. So someone was like being kind of fake and talking about happiness and kind of putting it on other people, like that they should be happy. And I actually said, as an INFJ, um, like, my goal is not happiness. My goal is to fulfill my purpose. And it oftentimes brings a lot of peace and contentment, but I don't walk around like all like happy, laughing all the time. Even though I do like to laugh. Does that make sense? Oh, so Blue Willow, you're an INFJ too. That makes sense that you would be here. Yes, we are. Jesus was an INFJ. He's confirmed that. Oh, Wisteria, you are too. Yes. Um, that's how I started talking to Jesus too, guys, is I started seeing so many things in common with him, besides the fact that he visited me as a child. I welcomed him back after, a long journey of learning all this stuff. So, also learn your birth chart, guys. You can learn it for free on the internet. If you have money, I highly recommend paying someone, learning about your. So there's the tropical that is of the United States, and there is Vedic, and you can go to people to interpret that, but you can also learn to interpret it yourself. So you can do that online, and so there are also, once you've figured it out online, there are so many astrologers on YouTube that will help you with that, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I love INTP, CHAG. I find them to be so interesting, and they calm me down. So sometimes we irritate each other, but that's not a bad thing. Okay. I've used Astrodienst, and that's a free website. You can Google that, Astrodienst, and you can get your free birth chart. And you can also look at birth charts of other people, like celebrities are on there. I haven't done that, but you guys can do that. It's called Astrodienst. Astroddienst, Astrodienst. It kind of sounds German. I think it's from like Norway, maybe. Okay. There's also, I think, just like astro.com you guys can use, and Astro Cafe. And all of these sites are free. So that's good. As you guys come on, I can see lots of people coming on. Say hello. Give your 2 cents as to what's your favorite thing that has helped you realize that, like, you're a star seed, or what your gifts and talents are. So another thing that you guys can do too is go to a cognitive center or a cognitive therapist, because they can really hone in on like what you're good at. So it's so interesting, guys, because if you look up, like, I'm Archangel Uriel, if you look up Uriel, like, Uriel's goals are to help others reach their highest potential. So I'm doing it, and I hope I'm helping. Meditating, Blue Willow, thank you for saying that, because I really need to meditate. As you guys can see, I'm like, but Jesus has told me that so many times. And, you know, I would love to go to a small class with a teacher that's really knows what they're doing. I think that would be great. So, also, okay, guys, there is this book. It's called Discover What You're Best At. It's by Linda Gale, and it is an actual. It's a book that tells you exactly like what your skills are, not like just what you like. but what it's an aptitude test, which is very important, guys, because we can like a million things, but if we don't have the aptitude for it, we're not going to be able to do it. Oh, thank you, BB. I appreciate that. It's a little bit harder getting a year older. You guys know as you get up there in age, but uh, um, so when I took that test in that book, Discover What You're Best At, it actually helped me. It didn't have medium, it didn't have actor, it didn't have comedian, but what it did have, it told me I would make a good therapist, private detective, and you guys, this is really funny. It said that I would make a good CEO. And like, did that help me with my mediumship? No. But it gave me confidence thinking, like, well, maybe I could do one of these things if I need to. Um, and Jesus says the job market, guys, is really open. So I don't know if anyone is looking for a new job. Okay, also learn your deficits, guys. Learn your deficits. Take tests online. This is how I learned that I have ADHD. That's a very big starseed thing. Asperger's, dyscalculia, guys. I get very confused with numbers, time, and space. So I really work on that. And I let people know up front that I struggle with that. Do you guys struggle with any like learning disorders? Let's see. Yeah, you can get these tests done by professional or online. Okay, so let's move on to diet. Um, Jesus recommends the blood type diet book. That's a good start for diets. I'm going to do a whole video on the diet that Jesus put me on that it's a combination of a diet for myself and then also it's like the kosher diet. It's the the Jewish diet too. And also why it's helpful. So, okay. So let's talk about romance and S relations. Jesus highly recommends that you watch John Gray. He wrote the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And he really talks about hormones, which are really important. And he talks about why it's important, like how often you should be with your partner, in what way, and how it affects men and women. And guys, it's really interesting if you watch him on YouTube, John Gray. It makes a lot of sense what he says, like what we all need. Okay, so oh, can you talk about blood type negative and the connection with reptilians? As far as I know, I haven't. Jesus hasn't told me of the connection with reptilians and the negative. I'll ask him again. Actually, let me just give me a moment because I'm looking at all you guys, and I'll just talk to him for a minute. Hold on. Okay, guys. So Jesus is telling me no. I've already talked to him about that. The your blood type negative has it really doesn't have a correlation with being reptilian. Okay, so let's move on to astrology. Oh yes, I told you Astro Deans and Cafe Astrology. Those are free. Oh, you're welcome. So a good astrologer on YouTube who will tell you what's going on planet. He's very succinct and to the point, very interesting. His name is Steve Judd. I don't know if you guys watch him, but he's British, and he's also funny and just like a cool guy. But it's so interesting how he'll say what's going on. I'm not an astrologer, but he'll say what's going on with the planets, and it will coincide with my mediumship. So there's also tons of good astrologers. I think I have some astrologers in my group. You can't see me? Are you serious? Who can see me? Raise your hands. Oh, wow. Oh, you can see me. Okay. Um, oh, all right. Hag, check your computer. Oh, hi, Regina. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on. So let's talk about life path numbers. Do you all know your life path number? You can figure that out online through a calculator. And there's this wonderful woman. Her name is Beeyse, and she talks about life path numbers. Her name is BZ, and oh, that's okay, Hag. So she's also a medium, and she's really smart, and she talks about world events. So you can check her out. So guys, what is your life path number? Do you know it? I'm a 33-6, which Jesus was too. So I'm always like me and Jesus. Um, but guys, that really helped me. All of this stuff, when you put it together, it made me proud of who I am. So it made me confident enough to read tarot, and then confident enough to accept my messages as a medium, and confident enough to see my strengths and weaknesses. Because if you don't know what those are, someone can come along, especially in dating, and just make you feel awful for not, for your deficits, or not and you also, guys, you don't want to spend a lifetime working on your weaknesses. Oh, Regina, you're an 8. Oh, very strong. 8. And Danielle, you're a 9. Oh, wow, guys. Those are very strong life path numbers, very responsible. One, I think, so I don't really know about all of them, but I think 1 is like a fun one. 7 is very spiritual. So, and also combine it with everything else, guys. Like I said, all of your charts, um, even I've had my palms read, and like everything in combination gave me the roadmap and gave me the thumbs up to say, oh my God, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Like, this stuff is real, especially the aura reading. Like, seeing your aura, when it's one thing to say you're an indigo, but to actually see it, it's like so helpful. Okay, I'm gonna move on a little bit to tarot. um, I'm sure you guys are into tarot because I was a tarot channel, and I still read tarot. I just kind of got more into mediumship. Love tarot, but I watch all these people on YouTube, and they confirm like what I'm already saying, so it's so helpful. So guys, there is this tarot reader. I don't know if you know of her. Her name is oh yeah, Lucky Seven Wisteria. Her name is Philosophical, and she's very blue collar. So this is very specific. If you're like a young blue collar woman, she's a targeted individual. So that means that she was surrounded by narcissists, and she got out of it. So she's an amazing reader, and her readings are so specific. And she has a group of people who the exact same scenarios have happened to them. And then there's this African American woman. Um, Her name is Sun, Moon, and Stars. And she talks about her experience as a targeted individual, but it's from this sort of African American Caribbean type vibe. She's definitely a star seed. So if you feel like that might help you, if you would relate to that. So there's another young African American woman who lives in New York who is also a targeted individual by narcissists. And her name is Divine Timing. We Are Rising. And she's just amazing, guys. Um, if you're looking for romance, Halo Moon Tarot is very good. She's called What's Gone On in My Romantic Life so many times. So, I don't know. Have you guys? Oh, hi, Night Rider. That's okay. We're just getting into. You can rewatch this too. I'm moving on to the tarot section. I don't know if you guys have watched Tarot by Janine. She talks a lot about disclosure, and she's a truther. She's based in Canada. Guys, she's amazing. A lot of what has been downloaded to me, I'll watch her. Now, with all these people, it hasn't been 100% across the board. We get different messages in different ways, and I'll explain that further at another time. Like someone asked me about the chip in your head that some people, yeah, cool. So some people have asked like about this chip in your head, and so what I've been told is it's not an actual physical chip, and I will talk more about disclosure and the ships. What it is uh, mm, the dark reptilian energy has infiltrated into some people, and it is in their mind, and that's where people get this idea of a chip. It's not an actual physical chip or tracking device, but it's an attachment, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's move on. Anybody here recognize any of these people that I'm talking about, or want to talk about it? So also I've talked about Megan Rose. Same thing. She talks about disclosure. I believe her to be a tall white, as with Tarot by Janine. I believe her to be a tall white. And Megan Rose really connects with the tall whites. Um, Raymond Guzman is a medium. I believe him to be Pleiadian and Arcturian. He's really good. Queen of Cups Tarot. She sounds like to me, I believe she's Scandinavian. Her readings are amazing. The Happy Cancer is really good. Balmy Spirit. Oh, Blue Willow, you like Megan Rose? Yeah, she's awesome. Balmy Spirit is really, really helpful. Patricia 1111, if you guys are looking for love, she's really good. Amanda Ellis, she's a British woman, and she pretty much does what I do. She's been doing it for a lot longer, but a lot of people that she's read for are people in my group. The Arcturians and the Pleiadians and tall whites. Amanda Ellis really connects with Arcturians. Let's see, my understanding that this type of human was created with a brain that can be controlled. Yes. Well, reptilians are influenced by the reptilian spirit, and unfortunately, they can get swayed by the dark reptilian energy. and they really, really need to be raised and be in groups with starseed leaders that are positive, or even reptilian leaders that are positive reptilians. If they have trauma, if their back is against the wall, if they have an opening for the dark reptilian energy, then they will oftentimes go down that path. So that's why it's really important as a society that we stay positive, that we have positive leaders, and we have a positive culture, and we have positive people that people who are struggling can go to for assistance, people who won't take advantage of their vulnerability and can actually help them. Let me get some water, guys. And that's why it's really important that star seeds do what they're here to do, and even reptilians that are here to become earth angels, to overcome overcome things, and to make their mark so that they come back as earth angels. So it's really, really important, and these are all tools on how you can I sound like this old commercial, be the best you can be, because that's when everyone starts to be honest with themselves and really put it out there that, like, this is who I am, this is what I'm into, I'm a teacher of this. And as you can see, I'm sharing who has helped me, because it's really important that we don't focus on, oh, this person's the best, or this person has all of the answers, because um, just like I introduced all of the archangels, God has God has its messengers and angels to help. So we have all these people, and it's not about who's doing the best job. It's about um, like each person can help in a different way. Some of us are similar, but we don't all agree generally 100%. But we're in the same ballpark, and you don't have to just have loyalty to like one or two people. Okay, so let's move on. Amanda Ellis, Awakening to Spirit is a good tarot reader. Channeling Eric, which is Elise Medhus. That's an amazing, amazing channel for all of this information, disclosure, um, learning about people who have passed, learning about Eric Medhus, who is part of my team, who really helps me. Um, Learning about the Galactic Federation and all of that. That's an amazing channel. Gigi Young, have you guys ever watched her? She's really smart. I believe her to be a mixture of tall white and Pleiadian. She's been doing this for a while, and she's the one who helped me remember that I had an experience with the Men in Black, and I watched her video, and then it all came back to me. So, also, there's this African American man. I think he lives in like Amsterdam or Europe. His name is R.E. Dossett, and he goes live all the time, but he's really amazing. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Nice book recommendation. Ordeal by Hunger. Okay, I'll check that out. Um, I haven't read that. Oh, thank you, Night Rider. Thank you. Last night, my spiritual team sang happy birthday to me. So that was great. I actually used like a spirit box. um, so I want to get like a really good one. I used like an iPhone spirit box, and it was like 3:30 in the morning. Um, okay, let's see who else. All right. Braca Goldsmith. She Yeah, you know what, BB? I am doing something special for my birthday. I'm talking to you guys. Oh, so a spirit box. What is that? It's a box, or you can download it on your iPhone. It goes on a frequency of the channels, like between the radio channels, to get messages. Oh, thank you, Seahag. Um, I'm actually grateful to have you guys. And when Spirit told me to come on here for my birthday, I was kind of like, what? Like that's, and they were like, no, 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 you'll enjoy it. Plus, you guys, I did talk to you about the safety of this weekend. So they advised me just to stay in, that it would be better, um, if you know what I mean. So Russell Brand, I don't know if you guys watch him. He has a lot of good information. He's a star seed. Awaken with JP. He's like really funny. He's a star seed. Candace Owens, you guys, it's so funny because the messages that I've been downloaded for the African American community, Candace Owens just showed up in my news feed, and like, yeah, I didn't really watch Fox a lot until recently. I've watched Fox a bit, and I'm like, oh wow. So she's on there, but she showed up in my news feed, and I watched a video of hers talking about BLM from 4 years ago, guys. And she said the exact thing that Spirit told me. And I was just floored. So Candace Owens is African American. I believe her to be a tall white and very intellectual, good person to watch. So, okay, there is another guy on YouTube. He claims, and I believe him, his name is Robert Earl, that a ship landed in his yard and took him and his mother. And I want to talk to him because I believe him and his mother to be star seeds. Kind of freaked his mom out, and she went through a period of drinking to forget about it. But I have to reach out to him. It's on my to-do list. So, guys, if you feel that you are a feminine, very feminine woman, and you're looking for like a masculine type male, this woman who I believe to be a tall white, it looks like on my list that I like a lot of tall whites. Well, they're very, very smart. But her name is Greta Barashete. Greta Barashete. Greta Barashete. And she talks about, getting in touch with your feminine energy, if that's something that would help you. Um, okay, there's another channel that I watch. Oh, yes, Blue Willow. You like Robert Earl White? He is a great guy, right? He's so down to earth. I just discovered him, and I really want to talk to him. I'm gonna reach out to him. Um, Okay, so BB has a little story here. She wants to share something weird. She used to be an EMF reader in a forest, and some trees, the reader would go all the way up to the highest level. Oh, well, I mean, did it help? Oh, Feliz Navidad. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that. Um, okay, so what else do I have here? Okay, There's a channel called Paranormal Rising, guys, and sometimes I listen to this channel, and this is why it's really important to have YouTube Premium so you don't get interrupted by commercials. I'll listen to this as I go to bed. It's a guy who reads Reddit stories of paranormal experiences, and mainly time slips. Which, have you guys had any time slips? I have, but it puts me to sleep, and it just makes me feel so good just right before I go to bed, just to hear about other people's stories. So he's called Paranormal Rising. Um, so BB, it was fun, but wasn't sure what that was. Very fun to do. Yeah, I mean, okay, so anyone can get a spirit box, but like for me, I just use it occasionally because I'm a medium. I think it helps a lot. I mean, you can use it for fun, but it's really hard to hear. I want to get one that has like a translator that can pick out certain words. It's not the most ideal for trying to connect to spirit. Let's see. Paranormal Rising. Angel Souls, she has really confirmed she talks to angels. She does angel readings, and she does a daily what is it, like a download from the angels. And you guys, I have found that she's getting a lot of the same information that I am. She's been doing it longer, so her channel is very professional. um oh, thank you, Alicia, I appreciate that. um okay, another thing that I recommend you guys is getting a pendulum. Does anybody here have a pendulum? um, they work very well, to confirm what you're already hearing. Wisteria, does your pendulum help you? Oh, you have one too. Oh, good, guys. Okay, so I have a recommendation for your pendulum. First of all, at least once a week, soak it in salt water. Oh, Angel Channel again. Yes, her name is Angel Souls. Oh, Danielle. Oh my God, we're like the pendulum team. This is awesome. So I have a recommendation, guys, for the pendulum. I recommend you either ask ask just one person to touch the pendulum. So I always silently, Jesus told me to pray silently, because he told me when you pray out loud, when you say anything out loud, any sort of spirit has access to that information or permission. If you pray silently and you say, like I always say, please only let Jesus touch the pendulum. So you can pick Jesus or you can pick your own spirit guide, but they can all talk amongst themselves. But if you are specific, then they will protect you and only let that energy touch the pendulum. Oh, I put my pendulum under the moonlight too, and I wash it in salt water. Like, I let it soak for a little bit. I don't know if you guys do that, but oh my gosh, let's see. Regina, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you have pendulums. I'm so happy. And you guys, do the pendulums work for you? You soak, yeah, soak in salt water. You don't have to soak it for a long time, but I like to use like the really thick salt. Alyssa, if you live in New York, you guys will hear them all the time. Alyssa, I actually had to leave the Heights because I couldn't take the fireworks. Well, I mean, Someday I'll tell you guys why I had to leave the Heights. It's a really dramatic story, but in addition to in addition to what happened, fireworks were going off every night. Okay, you use quartz. Yeah. Well, Alicia, or is it Alicia? You can kosher salt, sea salt, but even if you have regular salt on hand, that will work. What I'm saying is it works better than like soap. Um, let's see, I just can't pull it out and use it in the store because I feel awkward. Yeah, Jesus really recommends, guys, that you don't use your pendulum in front of people, unless, some people like, uh, let's see, philosophical, the tarot reader. She likes to use her pendulum in front of other people, and it works for her. I'm not supposed to, so you use quartz. So my last pendulum that just broke was rose quartz, and that really worked for me. Night Rider, what kind of quartz? Like crystal? I actually want to get like crystal quartz. Oh, it's so funny. Guys, so many people have just come on, and I've gone through all of the information. I'm sorry. I should like stretch it out. Um but you guys that have just come on, you guys might want to rewatch this. And I'll put all of the people that I've mentioned. I'll put them, in the comment section or the about section, the description, because I've mentioned pretty much all, not all, but a lot of the people and books, um, spiritual people, tarot readers, astrologists, websites, YouTube creators who have helped me in my journey, that have been recommended by my spiritual team, that have helped me so much, guys, to get me to this place where I feel confident. And being a medium, on YouTube, you use smoke quartz. Okay. um yeah, guys, use your pendulum. Use it for a lot of things. It can tell you like what to get rid of in your house. Like I'll put it over objects, and I did have like a stone, um in it- you know between my pendulum and my spiritual team, they told me like who to give things to, what to sell, um, if that makes sense, you guys. So right now I have this really cute, I bought it in Woodstock, New York. I have a really cute pendulum that has like an evil eye on it for protection. Oh, you have a copper one. That's really nice because copper can, that energy connects with your hand, if that makes sense. Do you guys feel like your pendulums are accurate? When I first started using the pendulum, some dark energy came through when I was talking out loud, and it wasn't always accurate. But then, I talked to Jesus, and he was like, okay, this is how you need to do it. You need to be quiet. You need to say things internally. You need to pray. You need to light frankincense. Keep my space clean. Have like a ritual. And then specifically, I say, please only let Jesus touch the pendulum. And I can feel the energy of everyone coming around and protecting it. So hopefully that will help you guys. Do you guys have any questions? I can't believe I've been talking for 49 minutes straight. Like I just rattled off that list. Have you heard about Kern? No, can you briefly tell me about it? Like, I don't want to make you write a book, Regina, but can you explain? I've heard that word, kern. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can like talk to my guides and see what they think. Does anybody else know what kern is? Um, guys, I can't believe I'm forgetting this. Um, I have been given messages about this weekend. There could be something, a drama, and it could be an explosion, and it could be in New York. Is a machine in Europe opening portals for dark entities? Okay, so guys, explain about Kern, and let me ask about portals and dark energies. Okay, hold on. Okay, they're saying yes to the portals and dark energies. That's terrible. So, um, that though, those are dark reptilians doing that, guys. That's terrible. There is a machine, they said, that is doing that. Um, oh, I really do want to know about Kern. What can we do about fireworks? Oh, Jesus has talked about that, guys. Fireworks and the dogs. Hold on. Let me talk to Jesus about the fireworks. Um, all right. I mean, all he can say is, guys, dogs should not be exposed to fireworks. It's really, really bad for them. Bad for their systems. Bad for their ears. I know there's nothing many of you can do. You can comfort your dog. Try to protect their ears as much as possible. Maybe someone out there can make little earmuffs. I mean, I wear the the protection that you use when you're on a gun range. I use that at the gym because people drop the weights in my hearing. It's so funny being clairaudient. My hearing is so sensitive that I wear those at the gym. But oh my gosh, maybe someone can invent like something for to protect dogs' ears. Do they have that? Because Jesus says it's really terrible for your dogs to be exposed to fireworks. But I understand that not everyone can live somewhere where there isn't fireworks. But guys, one thing that Jesus has told me is dogs are Pleiadian. So all your dogs need is love. Dogs can withstand a lot of negativity, but if you just, Jesus is saying, just sit with them, hold them, let them know it's okay. Everything with dogs is about love. So, your dogs your dogs can withstand a lot of discomfort if you show them a lot of love. What about cats? I don't know. Let me talk to them. I haven't had a cat since I was little, so let me see what they say. Okay, so they're saying the same thing, that cats are very affected by fireworks, and you know we all know the difference between cats and dogs, that cats don't seem like they need the same amount of affection, but whatever you can give extra to them, even if they seem like they're being distant, go and see if they're okay. Just try to touch them, comfort them, even if they're not as reactive as dogs. But um, Jesus says cats are just as affected by the noise of fireworks. Yeah, so I can listen to fireworks on the 4th of July and then that's it, guys, I'm done. Like I don't like them all the time, especially like personal fireworks are so loud and weird, and I don't trust them. Ooh, sorry guys, I have a couple drinks here talking about loud noise. Is Jesus from Orion? I have such anxiety about this planet. Yes, Orion. So let me ask, because what I've been told is there's Pleiadian, Arcturian, and Tall White, and I have a feeling Orion is like in a tall white dominion. Let me ask them. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Orion is an area from where the tall whites are from. No, Jesus. Hold on. Jesus is from the Pleiades, as I am. So Jesus is Pleiadian, Arcturian, and tall white, but he is from the Pleiades. But he has those three influences. Yeah, good idea. Headphones. Yeah, we should have headphones and earplugs for animals. Wouldn't that be great? Um, who wants to get on that? Oh, goodness. I've been talking for a while. Do you guys have any questions? I went through a lot of stuff. Um, And any of the things that I've listed, do you guys watch any of those channels or have read those books? Mm. Do you guys have your own recommendations um, for channels, for spiritualists, astrologers? Protection against Enridibatic. What does that mean? Enridibatic. Sometimes you guys know more than I do. How can we use our life path numbers more? So, um, that's a good question. So for me, like, you know, um, I looked up who had my life path numbers, and that actually helped me connect more to Jesus. Like it all started to come together, um, and trust that I was connecting with Him. So it also, because I'm a 33-6, like it said like you are very spiritual, you are very connected, so that gave me the confidence to really believe it. So what your life path number says, compare it with how you, what your aptitude is and other things, and use it like as part of a group to help you. So entity attack, protection against entity attack. Okay, so Alicia, I listed all of the oh wait, did I get to? Oh, I haven't listed the narcissism channels. Thank you very much. So here on Earth, guys, narcissist dark negative energy entity, it comes through as narcissism. So let me go through the narcissism channels, guys. Thank you so much. So I'm going to just go through these and then I'll read the comments. And you guys can answer each other in the comments too. I trust you guys have really good information. So, the narcissism channels that I like to listen to that help me protect myself against the reptilian energy is Live Abuse Free. She's a British woman, and I believe her to be a star seed. Surviving Narcissism. He's a doctor. I believe him to be tall white. Dr. Roberta Shaler, starseed. Trace Facet, who I believe to be Pleiadian. H.G. Tudor is a very dark reptilian psychopath. He teaches about himself, and that will help you to see how dark reptilians think, and that how much it's amazing how much that they actually plan and that they know what they're doing. So HG Tudor. Patrick Tehan is a therapist. He's really good. Rebecca Zung is a lawyer, and she really approaches narcissism and dark reptilian energy very well. Exposing the Narcissist, very good. She's definitely a star seed. The Little Shaman, have you guys ever heard of her? She's really good. Narc Survivor, definitely get star seed vibes from him. Pleiadian. He is a British guy. He was a targeted individual. And Dr. Romani, do you guys know who she is? She's just tireless. She's amazing at helping with narcissism. Beyonce is a starseed, yes. Is her husband one too? Who is Beyonce's husband again? Is it who is excellent? Dr. Romani. Beyonce is she still with Jay-Z? Regina, can you let me know? Yeah, Beyonce is 100%. Beyonce is a mixture of, oh, wait. Beyonce is Arcturian. Dr. Romani, yes. Yes, her husband is Jay-Z. Yes, Jay-Z is Arcturian. Let me see. Let me ask them if they have any mixtures. Okay, I'm going to start with Beyonce. Okay, Beyonce is reptilian and Arcturian, and Jay-Z is the same. That's why they fit together. So um, there is reptilian guys and dark reptilian. They're not dark. They're reptilian and Arcturian mix, which is like I've said it before. Those are the cool kids, but talented, but also with an edge. Now, being reptilian is not a bad thing. 50% of the population is reptilian, so we need reptilians. What we are trying to eliminate is abuse from dark reptilians, and also trying to prevent dark reptilians from stealing our light, from blocking our gifts, because that's a big talent of theirs. Regular reptilians can do that too, because we all have different talents. And also, Jesus doesn't want us trying to pretend to be reptilians, because we are taking jobs and opportunities away from regular reptilians. Now, think about this, guys. Like, if you have a specific talent, I'm a medium, an actress, a writer, a comedian. Now, I didn't do those things for a long time. I worked for a corporation. So I'm taking the place of someone who, I mean, my gifts did work in that field, but if I was just to get an office job, I'm taking the place of another reptilian who needs that office job, and maybe they would be better at it. So instead of me, who would really struggle to work in an office with the politics, the grind, with even focusing on a computer for a couple of hours. I have ADHD. Um, so, do you guys catch my drift? Like how we should all do, what we're best at, but we need to protect ourselves because, you know, I've had many, many experiences with dark reptilians trying to block my gifts. Not only trying to block my gifts, but guys, like, I'm lucky to be alive, okay? Let me just put it that way. Like, it can get ugly out there. So, you really need to learn about dark reptilian spirits, how to protect yourself, how to recognize and protect yourself from narcissists, so you don't get a good feeling about Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is reptilian. He is not always wrong, though, guys. He's like a bridge between other reptilians and starseed energy. He's definitely not at starseed level as some of these people that I've mentioned. Who are highly spiritual, highly connected. But Dr. Phil did fill in that bridge space. My spiritual team is showing me a bridge. He's reptilian. Sometimes reptilians can learn the information of how to help people, like how to be a therapist or like a Dr. Phil type. Now they're not going to approach it with the same empathy and energy as like a star seed, but Dr. Phil was very helpful in his time. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean like his approach was always the best or most empathetic. And that's where we need star seeds to speak up, and we need star seeds. But it's happening now, guys. Like, we have a lot of people to tuning into YouTube to listen to like mediums and astrologers and oh yeah, they mentioned Trend Genius. Like he's really good about connecting people from the narcissist community and the starseed community. So we have people tuning in instead of tuning into celebrities. So what happened is there was just a big gap. Like star seeds were in hiding. And people like Dr. Phil, who had the confidence, were coming out. And also, like I said, he was a bridge. Like many reptilians don't understand star seeds when they talk. And someone like Dr. Phil can be a bridge between reptilians and star seeds. So does that make sense? Yes, he connects people for help. And so Dr. Phil's mission while he was here is he made a deal on the other side saying, I am going to, well, you can't help it. You are what you are. But he's like, I'm going to go back. So Dr. Phil is an old soul, meaning he's been a reptilian lifetime after lifetime, and he wants to help with the light. So he chose to come back to be an earth angel. So he had to help people. You have to earn your wings as a reptilian. So he's done that, meaning in his next lifetime, he'll be an earth angel. But is he perfect? No. Like there have been many things that it was like trial and error. But this is where star seeds really need to speak up and say, like, um, hey, this isn't right. And you guys, I try to make comments all the time on the internet. Like, one thing that really kind of freaks me out, and I'll talk about this in another video, is like TikTok with all the babies. Like when people make babies cry, or they think it's funny that babies cry, or to frustrate their toddlers, or make fun of them. It just really, really bothers me. But guys, I'm going to channel Madeline McCann very soon. So it's interesting that we're talking about this because so I'm also channeling. Well, I'm going to do a psychic read on George Soros. So interestingly enough, guys, George Soros came here with the same intention as Dr. Phil, but just did not fulfill that. So I will talk about him. I'm going to talk about Madeline McCann because actually she's the one who's really upset by all of these TikTok videos. She's the one who really talked to me about it and brought it to my attention. Um, because we all know what happened to her. Okay, guys, it's getting up there. It's 1:11. That's a good, I'm a twin flame. You guys are probably twin flames. So I'm going to go. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It was wonderful, like talking to you all. I hope these ideas were helpful. Leave comments as to what has helped you. Thanks for your participation, everyone. I love you all. Please say thank you to my spiritual team. Thank you, CHAG. All right, guys. It's 1:11, so I'm gonna go. All right, good night.